Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
Very serious. How's that?
Very serious.
All right, no joking around.
That's right.
Straight to it. What do you got?
Today, we're going to be talking about Google's SGE. That's Google's Search Generative Experience. It's their
that sounds easy.
AI-powered addendum to search.
Okay.
And so it is a little, it's at the beginning stages, so it's a little buggy. But today I wanted to actually, as a local business owner, kind of get you to understand or get our listeners to understand what this is all about and then how it could affect your business and then what you can do about it as a business owner. So to take advantage of it, because this experience is rolling out and it's pretty much rolled out. If you're on Chrome, using that as your browser, you can get to this. And so your customers can get to this too. And it's only going to get more popular just because people, when they're going to make a buying decision, they want to get a lot of information, but they don't want to, they don't want to go through the effort of getting that information. So,
yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, right. So first, if you don't have a Chrome browser, you're going to have to use that. So I'll wait. Just kidding. Get your Chrome browser out and then type in. You can type in. What we're going to do is a service plus the words in and then a city name. So you can do solar installer in Brentwood. All right. And so what you'll see is Google will kick back a results page. And on that page, you'll see just in little sentence that says, get an AI powered open for this search and a little button next to it saying generate. And if you click on that generate button, the magic will happen, Jamie.
I have to see it with my own eyes.
Well, we're not waiting around for that stuff. So what you're going to see is 5 results, similar to the map pack. But these results, you're going to have 5 of them. They're going to be next to a map, but a little different than the map pack. One big difference you might spot right away is that the stars, every result, there'll be 5 results instead of 3. Those 5 results will have a 1 star next to each of their name and then a number next to that. That number denotes how many reviews that they have. And so right off the bat, it's a little something that you're going to have to, the customer will have to understand that. Like that little number, you're like, huh? Okay. You can figure it out after a moment or two, especially if you're a business owner, you're going to know what that is. But customers might not. But what they will understand is that little blurb that's next to each one of those businesses' names. And that blurb is an AI-generated description of that business.
Okay. That
AI description, weirdly, it changes day by day and even search by search. It's something that is AI generated. And what we've discovered after some testing is that most of that AI generated blurb comes from your reviews.
Oh, so, interesting.
Yeah, it will say solar energy contractor, some say is the best ever, or some say is a no pressure sales specialist or something like that. What we want you as the business owner to understand, though, is that information is getting taken from your reviews. So when you are asking for reviews, it would be a great idea for you to start encouraging your customers to write 5-star reviews, of course, but also make sure that those 5-star reviews include a bunch of the keywords that you want to show up in this AI generated description of your business. You definitely, if being on time is important to you, make sure that on time is something that you ask your customers to write in those reviews. If it's, best technology or best guarantee or free service or free whatever is available, make sure that you encourage your customers to use those kind of words in your reviews.
Yeah,
all right.
Definitely. That makes a lot of sense.
Okay. One other thing that I've noticed is that if you're in a competitive sector, in a competitive category, say, for example, you're a general contractor, what you'll notice about these 5 businesses is they all have brick and mortar addresses. Mm-hmm. None of them have their address hidden on Google. So what this tells me is in this AI generated experience, service area businesses aren't going to be represented. So no, and this is kind of something we've known a long time in the SEO world, is that Google prioritizes brick and mortar businesses over businesses that hide their address. And they've always done that, but they really haven't announced it. This definitely points a big arrow saying that that's true. So even if you are a way better business, much higher rated, have been in business for longer, all of the things that help rank your business regularly in the 3-pack, if you don't have a brick and mortar address, you should definitely take a listen back to our podcasts about how to get a brick and mortar address that is rankable on Google. So that's a co-working space. Probably go back and search for that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And that has its own set of issues.
It does. And but if you want to appear in both of these search areas, not just regular maps, but also in this next iteration of Google is going to be, this is going to be incorporating this. So you definitely want to be ahead of this curve. So good for you for listening to this podcast, or just even noticing that it's up there, because there's actually right now, as of what are we in September? Yeah, September 2023. There's not a whole lot of information about these results yet. So in my world, it's still people are still trying to figure this out.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Next, what I want you to do is search for your own business on Google, and then click on that Get an AI Powered Overview button again. And then what you will see is, first, understand you're going to see different things at different times, because it's getting generated all the time, and it could be different. Now, it'll have a breakdown of your business, so a description of your business. Now, make sure that description is on point. Okay, what I mean is, I have seen a dentist's office described as an orthodontics office, or a mold remediation company described as a general contractor. The reason this happens is because Google is pulling information from a few different places to make this description. And so if those places are not full of the correct information, it's going to be wrong. That would not be good, because what this should indicate to you as a business owner is, this is how Google, the search ranking engine, is thinking my business is. This is what Google thinks I do. And if it's wrong, that's a big sign that Google doesn't know really what the heck you do. And if that's the case, that means you're not ranking, because Google's going to try and show you sometimes for general contracting when all you do is mold remediation, or vice versa, right? It's going to basically confuse everyone. So you lose when you don't make sure that this information is taken care of correctly. So where does it get this information?
Your reviews.
Yeah, reviews 1. So you'll see, actually, it'll have a little drop-down arrows many times where this information is from. So you can see it gets it from your reviews. It could get it from your Google Business Profile. It could get it from your Google Business Profile subcategories. So, when you fill out your Google Business Profile, you have your main category. And then if you have added other subcategories, many times Google has populated those subcategories with 10 or 20 or 50 different subcategories under that. So I know we were looking at one client there, another marketing agency, and it said that they were a telemarketer because in their subcategory, they had let Google decide, okay, yeah, we'll just put that there just in case. So now on this AI generated response, one of the terms that they're known for is a telemarketer, even though they don't do that. So got to make sure that those subcategories are chosen correctly, even those, that could have been suggested by Google. Don't just blindly go, okay. If it's not an actual thing that you do, make sure that you take that off, because this is where it's going to show up. Not good. Okay?
Yeah.
All right.
But if you're, I guess, how do you fix it?
Okay. So in your Google business profile, you want to make sure you have correctly chosen all the categories. Make sure that if it has given you services that aren't correct, you can just delete those very easily. You just choose the services that you do actually provide. The last part where this gets information from is your website. Now, in a past episode, we talked about the heading structure of your website. What we're finding is that your heading structure, Google is pulling information from the structure. That's the outline of your homepage. So that outline, there is a heading 1, which tells Google, hey, this is what this whole web page is about. So this is our business. We're a solar installer in Brentwood. And then the heading 2 describes what services that business provides. So those heading 2s are super important. And if your designer hasn't done anything with those, you will see some crazy results in this generated description of your business. So, and you won't know until you do what we've just done. And if you have done that and you see some crazy stuff and you're like, oh, that's not on my Google business profile, it's from your website, and you're going to have a talk with that designer because they just messed you up. So do that, or find somebody who knows what they're doing, and then they'll be able to fix that heading 2. And you can always go back to our podcast on heading structure. It's very important. What we've known for years and years is that it's important, and now we're getting kind of proof it's important, Jamie.
Woo. That sounds good, because it sounds like it's fixable, which is nice. And it's not, how do I go fix customer reviews that say I'm a general contractor, not a mold remediation person?
Yeah. Yes. You want to make sure that like I said, reviews are very important, especially with the keywords.
Okay.
So that's your brief tour of this SGE. So take a look with your own business. Let me know if you have any questions about this and how it went for you, because this is ever evolving. I like this one. It's a cool little, weird little part of Google.
Well, it sounds like they're experimenting as well, and they're probably looking at everyone's searches and everyone's feedback on it. So
100%.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it evolves for sure.
All right. That's all I got, Jamie.
All right. Very good. If you have a question about anything to do with AI, just kidding. If search engine optimization, feel free to go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click on the podcast button, and then enter a search term there. And chances are there's at least 2 or 3 podcasts that Adam has done about this about that topic. Also, if you enjoy this podcast, kindly share it around to any business owner that might be struggling with their search engine optimization, or they have questions, or they spend a lot of money on Google Ads and don't get much response. So all of these things can be corrected. And make sure to rank, review us and give us 5 stars wherever you are listening to this. So when people punch in local SEO in 10 on Google and they get a generated search, it's going to say the best search engine optimization website or podcast and website in the universe. So with that, we will talk to you next week. Thanks, everybody.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.